I feel like so much has changed because I started working here at the beginning of the year, and like last year was crazy, let me tell you. But I started working like the first week of January, and just like to see how my life has changed, all of the good people I work with, all of the new friends I make, like I feel like these are like people that are going to be in my life for a long time.
I feel like it gets me out of my like introvertness sort of, because I feel like outside of work I'm super just like keep to myself, don't really like do a lot. But when I'm here, you meet so many different people and like unique stories, different backgrounds and stuff, and it kind of like makes you want to get out of that and kind of just learn about people more and get out of your comfort zone.
Wow, 2 years. I've been a barista for 2 years. Honestly, the amount of work and thought that truly goes behind a simple drink, seeing the amount of work that goes into building the community surrounded by coffee. I think community is honestly a huge part of coffee, and I didn't realize that.
I always look forward to coming to work, and you meet so many new people, whether that be like new people getting hired or like people coming inside. Like I feel like I've gone so close with a lot of the regulars, which is so cool because never before have I ever thought like at a job you could get close with someone like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just the concept of like making drinks. I feel like just like making something special for someone, you know, just like different mixtures, stuff like that. And then there's like the latte art stuff that's really cool to me, honestly. Kind of like when I first got into it, I didn't know anything about it, but once I started working here, I felt like that really like, how to say it, like drew me in more. I feel like was kind of like learning about latte art and expanding on it, kind of like seeing different types of ways you could do it. But I just feel like the whole process of like making a drink just for someone is kind of a cool thing.
I also really like making sure everyone in the cafe like feels seen, if that makes sense. Like I never want anyone to feel ignored, so I'll kind of make my rounds to people, and I really like seeing regulars on the daily. And then I'll close up shop, head home, and try to relax and do it all over again the next day.
I knew I wanted to learn about coffee. So I applied like at Dutch Bros, I applied at Starbucks, because I'm the type of person whenever it comes to working, I like to be busy. I like the chaos, like that makes me feel like I'm doing something. And Palace attracted me the most because of the environment. Like every time I would come inside of here, like I felt so welcomed, everybody was so kind, so sweet, so nice. And I could see myself behind the bar at the end of the day.
I don't know, I guess it's kind of just like a challenge to yourself to kind of just like do the uncomfortable, I feel like, and being okay with that. Because not everything's going to be easy, but I feel like even if it's like something little, like talking to someone you haven't talked to before or doing something you haven't done before, I think it's just good to kind of experiment with that and do something that you're not used to.
I've always kind of struggled connecting with people. I have a lot of social anxiety, so getting to connect with people that kind of share similar, ideas, thoughts, and values, and share the same hobbies and the same music taste, and I don't know, it was just really easy, and I like when human connection is easy. It shouldn't always be a battle to connect with people who are different than you, or may seem more awkward than you. It's been really easy to connect with people here.
There's been a couple instances where, like, I've just talked to people, not for any particular reason, just as I would with anyone, and just like been really nice to them, shared a moment with them, and then like they've revealed that, like, hey, like I faced this really tough thing today, like I lost a family member, or like this was I think the other day there was someone who they were like, yeah, this is my first Father's Day without my dad, and they were like, it was just nice to have a moment where that wasn't at the forefront of my mind, and I can still see like the good in the world, things like that.
I feel like if it's just like a simple cappuccino, just because you could do latte art with it, but I don't know, I feel like when you do that, it's kind of just like, I don't know, people really like that, and it kind of just puts a little smile on someone's face when they see it, and they're like, oh, that's so pretty, or that's so cool, or how do you do that? I could never do that in my whole life. Like, how long did it take you to do that? I don't know, I feel like just like doing that and showing it to someone the little art it is kind of creates a conversation in itself.
It's definitely a whole entire lifestyle that you're learning. Like, even from the training process, it was like classes that we're taking. We're tasting the coffee, we're smelling the coffee, we're learning so much about, like, we're building our palate. And that's like a skill to have and like to carry with you, whether you go out of town to different coffee shops. Like, it definitely, like, it's just a whole entire world that like I really wanted to be a part of and learn, because I think it's so interesting. Everybody loves coffee, everybody needs coffee, you know what I'm saying?
Genuinely, I think it's taught me a lot about the simplest thing can truly connect people, and again, whether it is coffee or it's matcha or it's an iced tea, like, it's all about trying. And I think trying at all is a big thing in this world. I don't know, and I used to not really try as much as I do now or care as much as I do now, and I think it's really taught me how to care. And I always tell people, like, this is the most important and special job that I've ever had, and it's really personal to me, and I don't know, it's a big deal for me.
You get to a point where it's like autopilot, and it's like you don't even have to think. I'm over here singing whatever song's playing on the playlist, and it's just like it runs so smoothly. And I feel like that's another thing too, is like everybody knows what to do, everybody knows where they're supposed to be at, and like it's never, even when it is chaos and we're busy, it's never chaos behind the bar. It's like very peaceful for some reason.
So like I've done the whole like dialing an espresso, trying it, tasting it, the whole like process of that, and I just feel like even though I've been doing this for like a year, I can't get into just the whole actual like taste of espresso. To me, I know that's pretty weird being a barista, but I don't know, I feel like I've always just been like that. Like, I don't know, I just really love sweet stuff, and so when like even like coffee, when it's just not sweet,
I think more on the community side of things, I'm looking to become a pharmacist. And so I think I can take a lot of the aspects of here where, we function as a coffee shop, but more than anything, we're here to look out for those in our community, for the guests that walk through the door. We want each one to feel known, heard, seen, and cared for, even if it's a person traveling through town. And I think in the same way, like I can take that and say like, hey, as a pharmacist, sure, maybe I see the same people every week. They're just there for the medicine. But by being more community centered, I can create a place that is more impactful to their whole lives versus just, I have to come get this medicine to stay alive.
I feel like it's definitely, I feel like me getting to talk to people and learn about them. I've always been a very closed off person. I've always been very, very shy. But when I talk to people now and I tell them that, like that's how I was, or that's how I am, or that's how I feel like I am, they're like, you don't come off shy at all. Like it's definitely built my communication skills. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that comes in here looks so interesting. You get to ask them questions, and I feel like they reciprocate the energy back. And like a lot of the time, it's like they're really shocked that you even care, that they have nice nails or a nice T-shirt or jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But it starts a conversation, and then that's the cool thing about it too, is you get to walk with them down the bar and have this conversation. You know, which is cool.
Alex drove all the way from Summit, guys. He was all the way over to Summit. He came over here to work. Okay.